Well, one team that you can use to turn everything around is those beautiful Houston Texans. Raiders Texans going down on Sunday. We'll be doing a post-game show. It'll be you and Rory. I'll be traveling from Abu Dhabi, so it'll be you and Rory handling.
Is Rory confirmed for that?
No, but we'll peer pressure his English ass. Get him out there.
Get in there, motherfucker.
Both teams 1-4. Both teams coming off of a bye. Devontae Adams will play with his legal issues for the love tap that he gave that cameraman.
Yeah, the NFL said they weren't going to do any discipline until after the legal proceedings have been concluded.
Mm-hmm. Darren Waller, the only real injury issue, he may still play, but I think he was limited today.
I think they're just taking it easy. I think he'll be fine for the game.
Let's hope so, because we thought that last time too, right? And
the last year when he had that freaking
last week or 2 weeks ago, last game. Yeah, he played 6 games.
Well, that's when he hurt it.
Well, it's been the hamstring forever. You know what I mean? Like it's been a hamstring all season. Now is it the same one, different one? Anyway, Waller was the only guy that didn't take part in practice on Wednesday. Foster Moreau limited, Matt Collins limited, J.N. Brown limited. So hopefully all 4 will play.
Averett back is big, man. I like having Averett back.
Yeah, so we lost Hobbs to IR, broken hand. The good news is, like, if you have to go on IR, broken hand is probably the best one because it's just a tiny little bone in your hand. It heals and you play. It's not like a tendon or a muscle or something that, like, you know, you got to.
That was what Averett was dealing with.
Averett had a broken thumb, yeah. So Averett's back, Hobbs is out, which is, well, you know, at least we traded one for another corner, right? I think the big thing here is what kind of response will the Raiders have, right? Went 1-4. The potential for morale to be at an all-time low and people pointing the fingers, blaming each other, giving up on the season. That's, you know, an environment where that can be a thing. We'll see what this response is on Sunday. Is this going to be guys banding together when their backs are against the wall and they play that same way? Or is this the game where everyone starts pointing each other's fingers and just want to get theirs as the season goes down the toilet? This is if you had to pick one team in the NFL to bounce back against, it'd probably be the Houston Texans.
Look, we're playing a lot of those teams, okay? We're playing Houston. We're playing the Jaguars, okay? Who else are we playing next? We're playing the Broncos coming up soon again. Mm-hmm. We're not playing great teams coming up, guys. So we have the potential to rip off 4 or 5 wins. Mm-hmm. So how they bounce back and how they bounce back from if they see any adversity, you know, a turnover or a bad call by a ref or God forbid a fucking another drop touchdown, shit like that. Like how do you come back from that when normally that would break lesser teams? How do they respond and how do they keep pushing forward? Because ultimately you have to ask yourself this. If this team breaks down and basically, like you said, just starts going in for themselves, how quickly do you just say fuck this bullshit and start building for the future? Mm-hmm. You know, because ultimately, look at the fucking Jets right now. Okay, look at what they're doing. They're building a team that's young, that's got good players on them, and who's on the uptick. Do we have the ability to be something like that with the players that we have currently? Get these young players to play better. We have mixed in those veterans that are, you know, a superstar player and some other guys around them, some star players. How do we respond to this adversity? What do we need to do? Because ultimately, that's the question we have to ask ourselves, and it's not a great question to ask. It's never fun to ask. But if you see it with your own eyes that the team that you put together is starting to kind of play like they're in it for themselves, you got to cut that head off of that snake and move forward.
You know how you keep that from happening? You run Josh Jacobs. Yeah, 5.4 yards per carry, almost 100 yards per game this season. Texans' run D is trash. They give up 5.1 yards per carry. It's 28th in football, and 168 yards per game. That's 30th.
I see a lot of usage
game
today.
Plan.
A lot of usage by running backs today, not just Jacobs, but a lot of other guys too. Zeus, he had a big conversion on a toss against the Broncos for like 19 yards. He looked really quick, fast, powerful during that run. This is the type of game where you can feast. You can really build a lot of confidence in your offensive line. You can build a lot of confidence in different formations and schemes that you're using. I love the tackle eligible that we've been using because Darren Waller can't fucking block. He ain't out there. Foster Moreau ain't the best blocker out in the world.
Well, and he was hurt. He was hurt 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. So that tackle eligible, that's a big play for us. And I honestly feel like if we take control of this game and we just squeeze that fucking chicken neck and just don't let them fucking come back, it'll be a big building block for a lot of parts of our team.
You're saying building block. Choke our chicken. That's what you're trying
exactly.
to say.
See, you got it.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that when we get our hands around that throat, we kill them. We kill them and we just keep pounding them into the dirt. Because look, mentally, we know that our defense needs a little bit of help. Okay. So we can't settle for threes. We got to get sevens. We have to push the ball. We have to not settle, not change our offensive game plan and then still stay aggressive. Stay aggressive and keep pushing forward because we know that we need to build confidence. And how do you do that? By seeing success, by actually viewing and seeing, hey, the stuff that the coach is telling us is starting to work. We can see the fruits of our labor, right? Build that confidence for the offensive line by running the ball. Okay, be the bullies, right?
Yeah.
Get our guys in the backfield. Break up some passes. Get aggressive, right? That's what players like to play, and players to be aggressive. Let them go out there and be aggressive. Let their athletic ability shine.
It's always the case, right? Where you want to jump out to a big lead. Like it's always like I always laugh when analysts before a game are like, get off to a lead early. It's like, oh yeah, no fucking shit. Like okay, score a lot of points and don't let them. Brilliant analysis. But this one is, kind of along those lines because Houston's quarterback, David Mills, is hot garbage. Just awful. All he has is Brandon Cooks. That's it. And he can't do anything. Yeah, that's really all he has. He is atrocious. So if we get up 14-0 and we just ran the ball, moved the ball, right? And we get up 14, let's say we get, if we win the coin flip, we get the ball first, we score, and we start getting them into passing downs. We start getting them into like having to catch up. That's when we start sniffing like blowout. Like if David Mills has to take this game and put it on his shoulders, we won. Like
that's when we pin our ears back and get moving. Yeah.
We're talking blowout, right? So, I mean, it's weird. Like it's, the thing I was making fun of, it's like, yeah, like a lead here is so, I know we've blown a 17-point lead and a 14-point lead already this season, but like if David Mills can overcome those deficits, then that we're like, all right, this season's over. Like we are done this season. Let's start thinking about 2023. Like, because there's no way in hell, even this defense and these DBs, David Mills should be like beating us ever.
Yeah, if David Mills starts whipping the ball around the field like he's goddamn fucking Johnny Unitas, so we're in big fucking trouble.
And this is your kind of offense because the Texans passing D is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Like they got a good pass rush. The Raiders have one of the worst pressure rates in football. Like we give up so many pressures, and they hit on a couple rookie DBs.
Well, yeah, the secondary is good.
They hit on some young guys that are going to be a cornerstone of that defense for a while to come. So it's pretty obvious, man. Like their run defense is trash. Our running offense has been doing great. Their passing defense is above average. The strength of their team, their passing defense of everything. It's the strength of their team. I'm really looking forward to Derek Stingley covering Devontae Adams. I think they're gonna be like, all right, Stingley, you got Devontae one-on-one. Let's see what you can do. Bro.
That's not a good idea for them.
I think
Devontae is too crafty, too smart to do that.
I think they're going to though.
If they do, that's great for us.
Yeah,
dude, a double coverage against the best safety and corner that the Kansas City has, and he fucking beat them both.
I think they're going to have to because I got you. You have to assume that they know the Raiders are going to run the ball, right? They're going to have to load up that box with 7 players. Like they have to, right? I mean, it'd be stupid, right? If they're in like nickel and like bracketing everybody, that'd be dumb, right? Like unless it's an obvious passing down, first downs, Are they bracketing Waller and Devontae and having 6 in the box?
Look,
that's what we hope for, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say right now you need to bracket Waller. I would say, okay, well, let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can. He hasn't shown us he can do it this year. Let's see if he can actually get that done. And I would bracket Adams if I was the Texans. But if they go one-on-one, if they give him one-on-one, he's going to be able to beat anybody on their team. You don't cover Devontae Adams one-on-one. You just don't do it.
And that's why you got him, right? Now it's pick your poison.
Yeah,
that safety is
exactly.
Either coming down into the box to stop the run that you know is coming, or he's cheating over and going deep and helping cover Devontae. And then you just do the other one, right?
Whatever they give you, you do the opposite.
That should be this. That should be that fundamentally simple. More complex than that, but that should be the foundation offensively. This
doesn't have to be more complex than that. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Congratulations for making it all the way to the end of our video. If you want Darren Waller to catch 20 touchdown passes next season and for Max Crosby to have 30 sacks, go ahead and subscribe and click the next video.